Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa and the purpose of my speech today is to inform you on some very interesting things that I have learned over the past few weeks. Everyone has opinions on things based on their experiences with them or just kind of what they know about it. In this speech, I'm going to be talking about the many benefits of marijuana. Marijuana is used by people every day, and so really what are the benefits to it? Do the pros outweigh the cons enough to where weed should be legalized federally, and if so, what would really happen throughout the nation if that were to occur? Marijuana has been known to help treat many illnesses and conditions, which I will go further into depth on later on in the speech. If it were legalized, it would even help the economy a lot by creating thousands of jobs for people. Another cool fact is that marijuana has been being used for centuries in religious ceremonies and was seen as being worthy of the gods, which is actually a pretty cool fact. Surprisingly, we are able to use the wood from marijuana trees to build things, and it even grows way faster than other types of trees we've been using in the past. You may have more questions on different things that I've been mentioning, and if so, please continue listening, and I'm about to go further into depth on each of them and why I personally think that weed should be legalized federally, so that people can have better access to these benefits. Cannabis has many positives, and the main one is its many medical benefits that it has. Some people deal with chronic pain all their life, and so some medications stop working. They just kind of get used to it, and their tolerance for it starts to build up. And so cannabis is able to help a lot of the patients, and it subsides their pain immensely. And another benefit is that it can also increase your lung capacity, which is actually the opposite of what cigarettes do. In an article by Tara Leo that was actually pretty interesting, it says one of the biggest medical benefits of cannabis is its link to fighting cancer. There is a good amount of evidence that shows that cannabinoids can help fight cancer, or at least certain types of it. And also it's, even if it can help ease somebody's suffering just the tiniest bit, because we should legalize it, because even if it helps them just the tiniest bit, honestly, it's going to be worth it. It's so crazy, all that it can help with. It can even speed up the process of healing bones. Leo also stated in her article that Alzheimer's disease is one of the many, Alzheimer's disease is one of the many that is caused by cognitive degeneration. As we age, cognitive degeneration is almost unavoidable. But cannabis's endocannabinoid contains anti-inflammatories that fight the brain inflammation that leads to Alzheimer's disease. If cannabis were to be legalized federally, people would have better access to a drug that could both prevent and stop painful conditions. Cannabis has also more than just medical benefits. If it's legalized, it could help the economy and the environment as well. If marijuana were to be legalized federally, it would create thousands of jobs. We would need people to harvest it and sell it in stores. One of the main environmental benefits of the legalization of weed is that we would not have to cut down as many trees, like the pines and things like that are in our forests, because we could use hemp wood instead. If we grow it correctly, we could use the wood from cannabis trees that grow faster. You could even make clothes and baskets. It's a fairly new concept, but it is beginning to get more and more popular as time progresses. And then lastly, cannabis has been involved in a lot of religious ceremonies for centuries. Each religion has their own benefits that's related to it and different ways of using it, just because they have different beliefs and things like that. In the culture of the Turpan Basan, they would use a basket and fill cannabis seeds in it, and they would place one at the head of the casket of the shaman and then one at the foot of it, and then they'd put it at the gravesite. The reason for this is unknown, but it is believed to do with the spirits. In other religions, it was believed to be a sacred plant. In an article by the Hemp Museum, they stated that the use of cannabis as a religious sacrament predates Written history and evidence of its place as a sacred plant can be found in most ancient religions, including Buddhism, Shintoism, Sufism, and Christianity, and among the Bantu, Pygmy, Zulu, and Toneto tribes of Africa. Several modern religions still practice the ceremonial consumption of psychoactive cannabis, for example, rest-free, while others consider it holy due to its many other properties, revering it as a symbol of strength, purity, or wellness. So as one can see, it has many different meanings for different religions all over the world. Even though the meanings of it and uses vary, one thing does not change, and it is the fact that cannabis is becoming increasingly more meaningful and helpful. To sum up all that we have learned, about the many benefits of marijuana, since you now have more information on it, let me ask you something. What's your opinion on it? Also, were your opinions of the legalization of weed, was it different before this discussion, or is it kind of still the same? And what's the reason for that? Marijuana has many health benefits and has relieved thousands of people's pain that they have from various medical conditions. Legalizing marijuana can help greatly with the economy and help create thousands of jobs. It has also been used in religious ceremonies for thousands of years as well. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to my speech, and I hope that I've changed your minds a little bit.